Hi everyone, I am back again with another half and half video. This time we are doing Glossier versus Undone Beauty, and if you are unfamiliar with Undone, they are a new-ish beauty brand being sold on Amazon and it's really affordable. I'll give you a minute to figure out which side is which. So this is the Glossier side and then this is the Undone side. I've got to say both sides came out looking really nice. I'm very happy with either side. Before we get started, I do want to let you guys know I am a rep with Glossier. I do have a rep link down below where you can save 10% off of your purchase and then get free shipping on orders over $30. And then also, just to be transparent, all of the links for the Undone brand are going to be Amazon affiliate links. One thing I will say before we get started is once the video starts, the lighting is going to be a lot different. I started this video around 7 and at this point it's kind of dark outside and I was using natural lighting in the beginning and I switched over to like a mixture of like sunset lighting and ring light. But that is it. That is all I have to say. Let's just get started into the video. So Undone does not have any sort of skincare products, so I am just going to start out with the Glossier Priming Moisturizer. On this side of my face I will be applying the Glossier, and on this side of the face I will be doing Undone. I'm starting with the Glossier skin tint first. I apply it straight from the bottle onto my skin and put like a generous amount of dots on my skin since it is so sheer. So that's pretty much what it looks like before I blend it out. And then I always take a brush to blend out my skin tint just because I feel like since it is so sheer, I don't want the sponge absorbing any extra product. I want all of the product on my skin. And then I'll be taking the Undone Foundation Glow Tint. I don't like to apply this one straight. This packaging also kind of sucks. I don't like it very much. It's always very messy. But I like to put it on the back of my hand first and then go in with my brush that way. I'm gonna use a viewfinder really quick and I'll apply it this way. Also, this has a strong smell. The skin tint from Glossier doesn't have any sort of smell, and this one doesn't have like a fragranted smell. It kind of has, ooh, this side looks really good. I don't want to say chemically because I don't want to turn anyone off to it, but that's kind of like the only thing that I can use to describe it. Pretty. The undertone of this one definitely is more neutral. I feel like the Glossier side looks a little bit more warm tone, but this one is definitely more neutral, which isn't a big deal. I can get away with either of them, I think. Honestly, they're both really, really pretty. I prefer the color on the skin tint, but both sides look really good, like coverage-wise. They both look really pretty. Next, I'll take the Glossier Stretch Concealer. Again, I'm in the shade G6 for that. I'm gonna apply it underneath my eyes. And I like to use my fingers for this. And then I also really love the Undone concealer. It's the Conceal to Reveal palette, and I use the shade 3 Latte Medium in this one. So it's supposed to be sheer coverage, medium coverage, and full coverage, but I just swirl my finger in the whole entire thing. Shoot, the colors are kind of off. I feel like this side is a little bit lighter, the Undone side, but I think once we bronze up the skin, it won't be that much of a difference. I'm going to continue working on my skin. I'm going to go ahead and use the Glossier Wowder in Dark Deep. This is like the old shade. I always forget that they released new shades of the Wowder just because I don't have like really any interest in like buying the new shades, I guess. It's not like the skin tint or the stretch concealer that I really like. I don't love the Wowder. I know a lot of people do, but I just like personally don't love it. But I do like it for this purpose of like bronzing up the skin. I think it looks so good like this. but to set makeup, it's just not my favorite. I would rather use a different powder, or honestly not use a powder at all. But it's so pretty used to bronze up the skin. I love it. And then for the undone side, I'm going to go in with the warm up bronzer, and it just looks like this. It's beautiful. It has 2 dark bronzer shades right here that are like a matte kind of satin finish, I suppose, and then 2 beautiful highlights down here, and the palette is humongous. So I'm going in with the bronzer. I just discovered this MAC brush and I really like it for my cheek products. It's the MAC 139S brush. I got it in a kit at Ulta, but I really like it. Both sides have some creasing underneath the eyes, but that's really normal for me. There is like not a concealer that exists that I don't crease from. So far, both sides are looking really nice. I just like the color of the Glossier side a little bit better. I feel like this looks a little bit gray on me, but the color on this side is looking a lot better. Either way though, they look really nice. Next I'm going to move into highlight. I'm going to take the Glossier haloscope in quartz. I will be honest, I don't find myself using the haloscopes too often. It's just not the type of highlight that I typically like. I do like something a little bit more intense, but these are really pretty and a big cult favorite for a lot of people, so don't take my opinion like too personally, or have it be like a deterrent for you, I guess, because they are really pretty and cute, and they definitely give like a really pretty nice glow, like a nice and natural glow, but that's typically not what I like. So I mean, I like my highlights to look natural, but I also like it to look like a highlight. And then I'll go into the highlighters in this little palette. Yeah, like I feel like I definitely prefer the highlight on the undone side just because that's like the typical highlight that I go for. But honestly, either side looks really pretty. For my blush, I'm going to use the Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Haze. And the reason why I'm just using this shade is because the shade Berry from the Undone brand looks really similar to the shade Haze. So I figured I would use these two so that they could be like close dupes. Personally, I really like mixing my cloud paints. Like I would mix Haze with a little bit of Dusk. Yeah. Gorgeous. I love the cloud paints to death. Okay, same idea as the concealers. The top is supposed to be sheer, middle is medium, and then the bottom one is like a full coverage, but again, I just kind of stick, well, I mainly stick my brush in the top too. I don't like to really dabble in the full coverage section just because that scares me a little bit. But I am going to tap my brush in the product, and then I am going to like dab it onto my hand first because these blushes are pretty intense in a good way, but I just don't want to make a mistake on my face. So oh yeah, these are really, really similar. So I guess if you're interested in the Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Haze, then the Berry shade from the Undone brand is like a really, really close dupe. Okay, now that our cheeks are done, I am going to move on to my eyebrows. The Undone brand does not have eyebrow products, so I am just going to be using my Glossier Brow Flick and my Glossier Boy Brow. So I've moved you up closer for the eyes. Don't mind this little pimple right here. I have been working on it. Earlier today, I tried that thing that Desi Perkins does where she puts a mole, like a fake mole on top of her pimple, and it totally worked. Like, it looked really good today. But before I do anything to my eyes on the Glossier side, I'm taking some of that wowder, the dark wowder, and I'm putting that in my crease because I just don't like doing eyeshadow looks without just a little bit of something in the crease. I've actually decided that I'm going to do my undone side first, and I'm taking some of that bronzer and putting that in my crease. So this eyeshadow palette is really cute. I almost have my eyes like strictly on this shade right here, so I can kind of recreate it using Cub from Glossier. So I think I might use that shade and maybe even like a little bit of that one, because that one's kind of like Cub too. Cub is just like my favorite. Okay, I'm going in with the darker purple first, and I'm like wanting to put just a really light layer of it. I kind of love how purples look on my eyes, like pinky purples. I think that it's really cute. Especially if it's like a monochromatic look where it like matches my lips and my cheeks too. Okay, and then I'm going to put some of the lighter pink. Right here, the lighter pink. I'm going to put that over top of what we just did. This is going to be like really easy. Just like a really easy eye look. I wanted it to be something that the lidstars could recreate too. Oh yeah, I feel like the lidstars could do this. Probably not as pigmented because they're really sheer, but something similar for sure. So I'm going to first go in with the lidstar in Cub. Cub really is my favorite, I think. I do wish that they would release more shades though, like maybe a bronzy shade or like a really nice champagne color, because I feel like we got kind of duped with the moon considering it has like blue sparkle in it. I feel like it doesn't look that good on me. I'm going to layer it up. I also find that these layer up nicely, but it definitely depends on what shade you are using. Like I kind of feel like the purple one doesn't layer up very well, but Cub always layers up well on me. I think I still might put like a little bit of slip on top, which is the lighter pink. Definitely different, but still really cute. I'm just wanting to add a little bit more bronzer in the crease right here. Yeah, that's it. That's what it needed. So I did have an undone mascara, but I hated it so much and I want to say I threw it away. You can watch the undone video that I filmed, like the full face of Undone Beauty. I hated that mascara. It was probably the worst mascara I've ever used in my whole entire life. I'm kind of bummed that I threw it away just because I knew I wanted to film this video, so I don't know why I ended up throwing it away. However, it really would have been unfair if I were to use that mascara compared to the Lash Slick, because the Lash Slick is so nice and that other mascara was so bad. So I'm just gonna put the Lash Slick on both eyes and that'll be that. I am losing light very rapidly, so I really need to finish this up. Okay, yeah, sorry for the change of lighting, but we were losing light. I didn't want the lighting to be like really horrible by the end of the video, so turn my ring light on. So far, both sides look really beautiful. I'm a big fan of either side. So I have 2 shades from Undone and 2 shades from Glossier. I'm going to swatch them and see if I can like compare the two, and then we'll go from there. I swatched them right here. This is Leo. This is Cake from Glossier. So Leo and Cake, Gosh Garnet, and then this one is Chi Town. And don't they look like kind of like copies of each other? I just don't know. I think I might do Gosh Garnet and Leo. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So Leo is going on this side. This is the Gosh Garnet. Pretty. Definitely looks different on the lips. I don't know. I have a feeling my mama's really gonna prefer this side. I'm gonna put my fake mole back on. Is it believable? What do you think? It's one's probably gonna be like, no, it's not, you freaking idiot. Okay, so I got my mom, and she's gonna tell me which side that she prefers.
The right side.
You like this side?
Yes.
Oh, I really thought you would have liked this side. Well, this is the, well, it doesn't matter to you. Really? I think this side is. Interesting. Well, this is the Glossier side, and then this is the, like, cheaper Glossier on this side. Yeah.
So I like the Glossier side better.
Yeah, but Allie always also likes the Glossier side better.
They're very similar.
I know. I put my mole back on, too.
I like it.
Yeah, me too. Okay. Thanks, Mom.
Bye.
I don't know which side I prefer. Totally prefer the colors on the Glossier side just a little bit more. I just feel like I look more like bronzy, and again, I like the colors on the Glossier side more, but I don't have really anything negative to say about the undone side. I think everything looks really nice and smooth and beautiful and fresh. I also really like the eyeshadow. I like how much more versatile the eyeshadow palette is than the lidstars that Glossier has. Also, their lip product, I forgot to mention anything about the lip product. Their lip product is a little bit more moisturizing. However, I do think that the Generation G would last longer. Probably. Yeah, I really like both sides though. You guys will have to leave me a comment down below letting me know which side you prefer. Definitely leave comments about suggestions for future videos. And if you like when I do these half face videos, definitely let me know that too, and other brands you'd like to see. Don't forget that I do have a rep link with Glossier. You can save 10% on your purchase if you shop through my link. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to be notified whenever I post a new video, and hopefully I see you next time.